Welcome, everybody. We're going to do some really gentle movement. We're going to do some breath work. Do some meditation today. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Could be on the floor, could be in your chair. And we'll start by just settling in, rocking from one hip to the other hip, and seeing where is our balance today. How far can you go in one direction before you feel like that's my limit? And then switching to the other side. And if you want to take this one step further, you can do this with your eyes closed and see how you feel just by feeling back and forth. And of course, if that makes you dizzy or if that's not comfortable, you can keep the eyes open. And then maybe we continue this shift side to side and kind of turn it into a circle. So coming to the front, to the side, to the back, and the other side. And again, you can do this with your eyes open, but if you're looking for a challenge, you can also do this with your eyes closed and really feel how your body feels in space today. And then once you've done 3 or 4 circles in one direction, maybe you have a little pause and then rotate in the opposite direction. Again, feeling where's my limit, leaning back, leaning to the right, leaning forward. And as always, 80% is good enough. You should feel safe. You should feel sturdy. You shouldn't feel like you're falling over. Find your edge, but no need to go beyond it. And then we'll slowly spiral back up towards a nice, tall, seated position, shrugging the shoulders up and bringing the shoulder blades together and down the back. And you might join this with a sigh, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears and back and down, letting everything out through the mouth. One more like that. Shoulders up, shoulders back, and just let everything go. And then I'll invite you to bring the hands to the shoulders. And if that doesn't feel good, you can have them anywhere. And just rotating the shoulders around a little bit. Bring the elbows up and around. Really seeing where that range of motion is. How big can you make it and keep it comfortable? And again, when it feels right, switching the other direction, bringing the shoulder blades together and bring the elbows up and forward. Just exploring what that upper back feels like today. And can you loosen it any? Can you bring some movement into what's sometimes the stiff shoulder and neck area? And then we'll just open the arms out and back and forward and back. And if that feels good, you can do it again, opening the arms out, stretching the chest and back to the shoulders, and then stretching forward, maybe looking up towards the ceiling and back to the shoulders, and then finding yourself a nice, comfortable position. If there's any other movement that would feel good in your body, maybe doing some rolls at the ankle or some side bending. Ask your body what it wants. See, you've got lots of different stretches in your pocket that you know how to do. Maybe it's a twist. Ask your body what would feel really good right now. If I had 2 minutes to stretch, which you do, what part of the body would like to move? And you can always do dynamic stretching where you're moving all the time and doing multiple repetitions of the same stretch. Or you can do static stretching where you stay in one position for a few breaths, allowing that area of the body to release. And then maybe release more. And then switching to the other side and again holding for a few breaths in the same position, allowing the muscles to release. And there's no right way to stretch. Some people prefer dynamic stretching, great, do that. Some people prefer static stretching, great, do that. Find what feels good in your body. The more we stretch, the more limber we get, the more we connect with our body, the more we loosen up our connective tissue. And like we say, motion is lotion. The more we move, the easier it becomes to move, the more we feel good in our body. And that's our biggest goal, is to connect our very busy brains, our minds, with what's actually happening physically in this moment. So when you're ready, when you feel like, yep, I've moved, I'm a little bit loose, I'm ready to be a little bit still, find a really comfortable position. So again, you might lean back in your chair if that's what's most comfortable for you. If self-supporting just feels like too tiring today, that's fine. Make it easy. You can also lie down. You can put a blanket or another layer on. And if it feels good in your body, you can close your eyes. And if that doesn't feel good, just lower the gaze. Make your eyes go a little fuzzy. Do whatever you can do to bring the attention inward. What can you feel? Where are you in space? What's supporting you? What's beneath you? Can you feel your clothes touching your skin? Can you feel the temperature of the air around you? Are there any sounds that you can hear? My voice, but then beyond this room, are there any sounds out there that you can hear? And you don't have to name them, you can just recognize, oh, a sound. Oh, another sound. And then are there any sounds close by? Maybe in another room or in this room? Can you hear your own breathing? Can you hear your own heartbeat? Can you feel the air coming in through the nose and coming out through the nose? Can you sit with that breath? And invite some 360 breathing into all parts of your lungs, letting the front rib cage expand and the side rib cage expand, feeling the back body expand, and then letting everything contract on the exhale. Keep it easy, keep it simple. Breathing into your whole torso, and then exhaling gently. Continuing with this 360 breathing, we might bring an intention to mind. Something in your life or something that you would like more of, something you'd like to call in, perhaps a single word: rest, peace, contentment. Or we can turn this into a bit of a mantra, or saying it in present tense as if it's already happened. I am peaceful. I allow myself to rest. Or whatever comes to mind. The first thing is usually the right thing for today. So take that intention, send it out into the universe, let the universe help conspire to make it so. And we'll take a nice, big, deep inhale, filling the whole body with peace, and let it out slowly through pursed lips. And we'll do a few more like that, inhaling fully exhaling through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle or blowing through a straw. And again on your own. And then we'll come back into how the body physically feels. Is there any place that has gotten tight or you can tell is a little bit uncomfortable? Can you breathe into that place? Can you relax? Maybe the hands have gotten tight. Can you let them open? Or perhaps the jaw has gotten tight. Can you peel the tongue off the roof of the mouth and separate the teeth? Can you let the feet just be real easy, gentle on the floor? Let the floor hold you. Find some relaxation, some ease. And then we'll come back to the breath. We'll inhale, holding the breath for about 5 seconds. Exhale, and hold the breath out for about 5 seconds. And repeating this pattern, taking another deep breath, this 360 breath, filling the lungs as full as you can, and then holding it for about a count of 5. And then exhale, imagine blowing out all of the stress. And when you're empty, holding the breath out for 5 seconds. And one more like this, inhaling fully, filling the ribs, filling the lungs, filling the back. Holding the breath full for 5 seconds. And then exhaling, let everything out, telling yourself, I can relax now. And holding the breath out for 5 seconds. And then allow the breath to return to normal. Whatever feels good in your body, whatever feels natural, in and out through the nose where you can. And then observe, how are you feeling? Is there an emotion that's stronger than others? And then is that emotion more on the stress agitation side of things or more on the calm relaxation side of things? No need to judge, we can just observe. Oh yes, my mind is very, very busy and agitated today. That's okay. That's sometimes how minds are and what minds do. It's okay. And if you're more on the relaxation side of things, don't get complacent. You can say, oh, this is how I am today, but realize that tomorrow you might find a different headspace, and that's okay. I'm going to do a countdown from 10, just trying to stay with the inhales and the exhales right here in this present moment. So you don't have to change the breath. You can observe the breath just as it is. Inhale, you can say, I'm inhaling. And exhale, 10. Inhale, I am inhaling. And exhale, 9. And so forth and so on, just like that, all the way down to 0. And if you get to 0 quickly, that's okay. Start again at 10. And if you lose track, that's okay, no worries. Start again at 10. The mindfulness is in the coming back, not in doing it perfectly. Do one more breath like this. There's no rush. Wherever you've gotten to in your counting is exactly right, exactly perfect. And then you can just set the counting aside. It was just a tool to help us stay in this present moment, focused on our breath. We can also focus on the sensations in our body. And sometimes they are sharp and loud, and we can feel what's going on very acutely. And other times they're very gentle, very soft. We can hardly feel them at all. And one is not better than the other. So bring the attention to the crown of the head, the top of the head, the skull. And notice how the top of your head feels. Maybe it's itchy, or you can't feel hardly anything. Maybe there's a distinct sensation up there. And if you cannot feel anything, it's totally fine. Just visualize or imagine where the top of your head is in space. And then we'll come to the brow, the forehead. And you can imagine letting all of the wrinkles disappear. Sometimes we can get into this furrowed brow, this very serious demeanor. Just relax the eyebrows, relax the forehead, relax the temples. And then bring the attention to the eyes. We have muscles all around the eyes, both in the face and inside the skull, that help us move our eyes around so that we can see. They don't have to do any work right now. You can let the eyes relax in their sockets. And you can let them relax even a little bit more. Sometimes our eyes feel jumpy or they move around. This rapid eye movement is super normal. Small eye movements actually can help you feel calm. So don't worry if it's hard for your eyes to stay still, even if they're closed. Feel the whole head sitting on your shoulders. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light today? Can you make any micro adjustments to find a little more ease, a little more comfort? And then bringing the attention to the nose. Feel whatever sensation as the air moves in, comes into the sinuses, down into the lungs. And as the air moves out, as you breathe out, you might feel a slight temperature difference, cool on the inhales and warm on the exhales. You might be able to feel the air coming right out the nostrils, might land on the upper lip. As you breathe in, imagine you're being filled up with calmness. And then as you breathe out, imagine your body is very heavy, very deeply relaxed. And then we'll come back to the ears. Are there any sounds? How do the ears feel? Is there any sounds in the distance, something that's happening outside? Are there any sounds in this room? Try to hear every noise. And if you hear a sound, let them act as little waves of relaxation, taking you even deeper. Sometimes there's a sound that we associate, oh, I don't want that sound, or why is that bothering me? Just keep it as a reminder, oh, a sound, I am relaxed. One other sound, I am present. And then focus on your mouth. How does it feel? What do you notice? There might be a flavor of something you recently tasted, or it might be neutral. We'll do a thought experiment. Imagine biting into a fresh slice of lemon, something quite sour. Can you feel that in your mouth? Is your mouth watering? Separate your teeth. Wiggle the tongue a little bit. Find some relaxation in your jaw. And finally, notice how your neck feels right now. Any sensations in the front of your neck? Maybe you swallow. See how that feels. In the back of your neck. And we'll come back to the breath. Feeling it this time in the belly. Inhale, belly rises, and exhale, belly falls. And it doesn't have to be a big movement, just a small movement, noticing belly moving as the diaphragm works. And if your eyes are closed, I invite you to gently put your fingertips on your closed eyes, very gently, so that you can feel them, but not that you're pushing. And then when you're ready, you can cup the hands over the eyes and blink them open. And we'll look at something far in the distance. Just look at it for 5 seconds, see what you can see, what you notice. And then find something close up and look at that for 5 seconds. See what you notice. And when you're ready, you can come back into the room, into the rest of your day. Thanks for practicing with me today.